Hello, Elisa. Actually, good morning. Well, who am I kidding? By the time you're watching this, it'll be afternoon, early evening. What are we kidding? It is Monday, March 16th. Greetings from Lower Kenilworth. This, by the way, this little guy, this is Percy. Percy's the newest addition to the Unknown family, so say hello, Percy. Oh, look at Percy behaving. So here is your joke of the day. So, what did the dad coffee bean say to the kid coffee bean? This is me now pausing for you guys to call out answers because that's usually what we do. So, of course, the dad coffee bean says to the kid coffee bean, "You're grounded." Yes, again, I don't write them. So, hope you were well. Miss seeing you guys in class, but this will have to become our new normal for a little bit, which is fine. So yeah, you've got your assignment. Will come kind of after this little video. And yeah, hope all is well. Be safe, stay smart, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, bye. Hello all. So what I've got for you today is we'll begin our unit on the civil rights. And as we begin this unit, something to kind of think about is this is really the story of just regular old individuals, typical people, many of them not very different than ourselves, who decided that they had enough, and once enough was enough, they decided to fight back and fight for what they truly believed were their rights as human beings. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about, is just regular people doing something about it. And yeah, so our story in terms of for us, is going to begin with this guy named Homer Plessy. Homer Plessy lives down in New Orleans. He is a black man, though he's fair skinned, we can pass for white. And what Homer Plessy does is he challenges a state law that makes it a crime for a black man to ride in an integrated train car. So basically the law stated that blacks and whites were not allowed to ride together in the train car. And so he challenges this law, and the funny kind of thing is that he gets on the car and nobody knows he's black. They think he's white. Eventually, again, the point here is to challenge the law. And so he basically says, oh, by the way, I'm a black man. Is it okay that I ride here? And they go, kind of isn't. It's the law. We do have this law. And so they take it all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the thought was this should be a slam dunk victory for Homer Plessy. That was the thought, that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, passed after the Civil War in 1866, basically said that everyone's entitled to basic civil rights. And so Homer Plessy believes that he should win this thing hands down, but he winds up losing. And so your homework tonight is to read the majority opinion from the Supreme Court and answer the questions there. The handout actually has both the majority and the dissent. Don't worry so much about the dissent. Read it, but you don't have to answer those questions. I'm more interested in you just doing the questions with the majority. So why is this court case significant? Is that the Supreme Court basically states that separate but equal is okay. And once states learn that separate but equal is okay, they pass a series of laws called Jim Crow laws. And they're called Jim Crow laws because Jim Crow was a character in a minstrel show. And these Jim Crow laws set up modern segregation. And it's these segregation laws, these Jim Crow laws, that the civil rights movement is all about. And this is what people are fighting against. Getting rid of these laws and having the country honor the rights won after the Civil War. The 15th Amendment, basic civil rights. Actually, the 14th Amendment, civil rights, sorry about that. And the 15th Amendment, which is the right to vote. So these images here, just a few of them, this is what we're talking about with separate but equal. And so these laws and segregation begin to be challenged. And in 1947, well before people tend to think of the civil rights movement, you have Jackie Robinson. And Jackie Robinson is the first African-American to play on a Major League Baseball team in the modern era. And he plays for the Brooklyn Dodgers, and he is one hell of a baseball player. And there's a reading attached for this. There are questions. You don't have to do the questions, but the readings include just to give you some background on Jackie Robinson, and you can read that. But basically, since he's such a good baseball player, and sports fans being as fickle as they are, they don't care who the heck you are, they don't care what you look like or what you believe or whatever. If you can help me win a baseball game, I'm your fan. And Jackie Robinson helped the Brooklyn Dodgers win a heck of a lot of baseball games. And so as a result, Jackie Robinson broke down many, many barriers. And again, you can read about that. But then there's also the story of Emmett Till, which jumps ahead a good bit from Jackie Robinson. And so the story of Emmett Till is basically from 1955. And Emmett Till is a 14-year-old boy from Chicago who heads down south to visit family. And in the course of being down in the town of Money, Mississippi, he is basically snatched out of his bed in the middle of the night, and he's brutally beaten and lynched by two white men. And his purported crime, I should say, was that he was inappropriate with a white woman, that he whistled at a white woman, a kind of a cat call type of thing. And so the brother of that woman and her husband decided to basically to teach people a lesson, grabbed Emmett Till in the middle of the night, dragged him from his bed, horrifically beat him and killed him, and then threw his body in a river. When his body was recovered, there was a trial, and Emmett Till's mother came down from Chicago for that trial. The men were found innocent on all charges, and Emmett Till's mother had the courage to have an open casket funeral for her son in Chicago. And she had her son's body photographed and published in magazines and newspapers. And it was the death of Emmett Till and the photographs of this circulating around the country that were a spark for the civil rights movement. And the thought was that Emmett Till is just a 14-year-old boy. And the thought was that blacks were under attack in this country, and this was the actual physical evidence of it. That if they could do this to a 14-year-old boy, what's stopping them from doing this to anybody else? And so those images that circulated stirred and got people to begin to like, it's time to step up and actually kind of do something about this. And of course, the flip side of that is it makes the South dig in and entrench themselves. So there's a video about this included. The video includes images of Emmett Till's body. They are graphic, so heads up on that, but it is a really powerful short little video that I would encourage you to watch to get a sense here of just what the black population of the United States was up against and how entrenched and brutal white Southerners, certain white Southerners, could be. So that's what I'm asking for you guys to do today. And until next time, this is my disembodied voice signing off.